blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up.
What's going on, guys? Today I'm out coyote hunting and I just bought a new toy. It's a Trailmaster mini bike. It's the Hurricane 200X. It's pretty sweet. I put the stage 1 performance kit on it, and I bought it mostly for scouting and for like coyote hunting out in the desert like this. And it's been pretty awesome, honestly. It's a lot of fun. It seems to go up just about anything you want to take it up, and it was pretty cheap. I think it was $1,300 for the bike, so I thought it was pretty cheap for a little motorcycle like that. I'll show you a little bit about it today, but so far I really like it. It's still, like I said, pretty much brand new, but I've ridden it around town a little bit on the streets, and I think it's going to be a good option for hunting like this and for scouting. I think especially for scouting, you can just jump on it and just go. And the biggest issue I might see with hunting is like trying to pack a gun on it. I haven't tried it yet. I've mostly just used it to just ride around so far, but we're gonna see today if it's too big of a pain in the butt or not. But I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. All right, so this is what I've got. I'm on it, and I've got my gun just like sideways across me like that. It's not really even close to touching. So I think as long as you can hold your gun like that, you're not going to have any issues with it. I'll show you how easy it is to start. I just have to stand up and do it like a man. And she went first pull once I stood up and actually tugged on it hard. So mine's, like I said, I got the stage 1 performance kit on it, so it's probably a little bit louder than it should be. But I've also put a little muffler on it, so kind of help quiet it back down a little bit. Let's see if I can hold this camera. So that I can actually ride this thing with 2 hands. But this thing's awesome. I'm gonna cruise up here probably 5-10 miles on it. Honestly, the biggest thing that I like about it so far is that I've probably ridden the thing 20 miles or more, and I hadn't put more gas in it since the day I bought it. And I just topped it off before coming out here, but I really think it still had a decent amount in it. So this thing will go forever on the gallon of gas that I think it takes. Alright guys, I'll show you how easy it is to load and unload by yourself. So I like to start it when I load it just to give me a little bit more power going up right at the get-go. probably don't even have to start it. You can probably just push it up. I usually start it just to get it part way up and then just push it the rest of the way. And then I'll just throw a couple straps around it. And it seems to I'll just throw a couple straps around it, and it doesn't ever seem to have any problems. It doesn't ever seem to go anywhere. But this is just a quick little video on the bike. I'll probably do some more on it in the future. I swapped out some parts on the carb on it, and I'm kind of noticing that there's a little bit of a gas leak, so I'm worried that I didn't tighten some of the nuts well enough. So I'm gonna go back and just kind of pull it apart and look at it. But I mean, I like this bike a lot, and if you're just gonna go out and do like solo scouting or solo hunting, I definitely recommend it. It's got a cool little like bar back here that you can set stuff on. It's really not much, but I mean, if you had to, you could strap your pack to that, or you could strap like a deer quarter to that easy. Now, packing out an elk on it, it might be a little bit tough, but that being said, I still don't think it's impossible. This little thing's a goer. I've gone up some crazy hills on it, like that are straight up and down, and as long as you can keep traction, it'll go. It's got the power to go. It's just the traction sometimes is an issue. But for the most part, that thing will go just about anywhere. It'll go pretty much anywhere I want to go. So I bought it mostly, like I said, for scouting. Most of the roads in the areas that I hunt are closed while hunting. So you can't really use it while hunting. At least I can't where I hunt anyways. So I mostly bought it for like shed hunting and scouting. I do a lot of that stuff solo. So I kind of wanted a little solo vehicle that's not quite as big as the four-wheeler, because the four-wheeler takes up basically the whole bed of my truck, whereas this takes up less than half. So I can still fit a cooler back here with it and all my gear if I need to. I like it a lot. It's not an e-bike, but it doesn't cost what an e-bike costs either. So I really like it. Like I said, I paid $1,300 for it, and I definitely think it's a lot less expensive route than an e-bike, and I think it's got more power than a lot of e-bikes, and it's fun. It's pretty cool. Even if you're not hunting and just out cruising around riding on it, I definitely recommend it. I think it's something fun to have, and especially for the cost that I paid for it. You can't find anything else on the market right now for that price for a little motorcycle like this. So at least nothing of the same quality. I'll show you some things on it really quick. So it's got front suspension, it's got rear suspension. This is part of the stage 1 kit that I put on it. So this is just a bigger air filter. I put a bigger jet in it. You can see the exhaust right there. That's part of the stage 1 kit as well. If you come around here, you can see it better. So that's the exhaust, and I welded a little muffler on it, and that's helped keep it way quieter. And then I painted it black with some heat resistant paint. This is not a gas tank. It is purely cosmetic. The gas tank's right there. It's basically a Honda motor. It's not. It's a different Japanese brand, but it's basically a Honda motor. It runs great. I put an LED bulb in mine just to give it a little bit more consistent light. The light turns on when the motor's running. It doesn't have a battery, and so with the bulb that was in it, it would just sit there and just flicker and flicker. So I put an LED bulb on it, and now it's more consistent light. It doesn't flicker anymore. It's got disc brakes in the back and the front. Pretty cool. I like it. One thing I like about it is the fat tires. I was looking at dirt bikes, but for what I'm gonna use it for, I don't know if a dirt bike would have been what I wanted. I want something with fat tires that get a lot of traction, and that's kind of just for cruising. It's kind of got, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a big motor head. It's kind of got like a centrifugal clutch in it where the clutch kind of like closes and gets tighter on the belt as you speed up, which allows you to go faster. They're calling it a torque converter when you look at these mini bikes, but this thing comes stock with the torque converter on it. Before I put the Stage 1 kit on it, I got it up to 35 miles an hour, which is what they say it'll go up to, and it did. And then I put the Stage 1 kit on it, and now it'll go upwards of like 41, 42, and it's a lot faster getting there. So I would recommend put the Stage 1 kit on it. It gives you a little bit more torque and a little bit more power. I'm not really, like, I don't know, the top end speed doesn't really matter as much to me as the torque does for what I'm doing. Another cool thing about it, so it's got front cruiser pegs, so you just put your feet there when you're cruising, and then it's got these rear pegs, so like when you're going up a crazy hill or in some crazy terrain or something, you want to stand up, you can use those pegs and actually stand up on it and kind of get better control of it. Like I said, sorry I didn't get enough video of riding it today. I was cruising out to go sit another spot to try to call coyotes, and I could smell gas, and so I got looking at it, and I was leaking a little bit of gas in between where the carburetor connects to the engine. I'm thinking that I didn't put that back on there tight enough. Yeah, I definitely don't think I put it back on there tight enough. So that's not the bike problem, that's a me problem. So I've got to go back, and I'm going to take it back off and clean it because it's pretty stinking filthy now from that gas dripping and dirt getting on it. So I'm going to take it back and clean it up a little bit, and then we'll go from there. We'll try to get more of a video, or try to get it more on video in the future. But overall, I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and a good cheap option if you need a little like single person scouting vehicle, hunting vehicle. It doesn't cost nearly what a four-wheeler costs. It doesn't cost nearly what a dirt bike costs, and it'll do the job. It'll do what you need it to do. And it's well built, it's sturdy, it's a comfortable ride with that rear end suspension, the front end suspension, super comfortable ride. The headlight is great on it. I'll show you one thing I did, because with hunting and with like going up into places and leaving it, I was concerned about somebody stealing it. So I actually, it's not 100% foolproof, but I think it'll help. So your normal kill switch is right here, so when that's off, engine won't run, right? So I actually put two magnets right here, screw heads right there, the magnets back on there, and then I put a key in here, and this key is tied in to the kill switch, so this key has to be on and this has to be on for it to run. If either one of them are off, it will not run. And I figure 99% of people aren't ever going to look there for a key, and so they'll be playing with this, can't get it to run, and they'll probably give up and leave. So that's what I did to kind of help avoid maybe theft. I just don't want to get back up in 10 miles in somewhere on it and go to leave and not have a bike to ride out. And so I kind of built that in, and then they've got little handlebar locks you can put on there too, that'll hold your brake back, and it'll hold your throttle. I'll probably buy one of those eventually to put on it too, just so I can have a couple lock options. Try to keep somebody from trying to keep honest people honest, I guess. But thanks for watching. Give it a like and follow along. Hopefully I'll get some more video of me on this bike this year, and we'll show you a little bit more of what it can do. But like I said, overall, super awesome little bike. I've really loved it. I've liked everything about it. Customer service at Go Power Sports has been, I don't know, kind of not the best. The title showed up and it wasn't signed, and I bought the bike 3 months ago now, but it's basically just sat in my garage because I couldn't get it titled or registered or get a plate for it or like the forest sticker or anything, because the title showed up not signed. And so I've had to reach back out to Go Power Sports quite a few times, and finally got an updated title that's signed and got it registered and everything yesterday. And so I was just dying to get out on it, so I came out today on it. But it's super fun, super awesome. I highly recommend it if you just want a little cheap one-person off-road vehicle. Check it out. All right, see you guys later. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, and you know the drill. We'll see you.